Isang maalab at mapagpalayang araw sa inyong lahat, SUS 304 students. Welcome to this video on sustainability transitions, what they are, why they matter, and what makes them different from the usual kinds of change. By the end of this video, you should be able to define sustainability transitions, explain why they are necessary, and differentiate them from incremental changes in policy, technology, and governance. We live in a world facing problems that are complex, interconnected, and stubbornly persistent. Climate change, social inequality, fragile health systems, and biodiversity loss. These are what we call wicked problems. And wicked problems cannot be solved by band-aid solutions. They require something deeper, like sustainability transitions. So how do scholars define these transitions? For Rothman et al., a transition is a long-term process of change where society or a part of it fundamentally transforms. According to Kemp and Rothmans, a transition is a shift from one dynamic equilibrium to another, marked by periods of slow change, sudden acceleration, and innovation within a societal subsystem. While for Mackard et al., sustainability transitions are long-term, multidimensional, and fundamental transformation processes that shift established systems toward more sustainable models of production and consumption. The common theme across these definitions is the idea that sustainability transitions are not quick fixes. They are systemic transformation that reshape technologies, policies, markets, cultural values, and everyday practices. Luerbach and Rothmans remind us of 5 important insights. First, structural transformations are necessary. Incremental improvements are not enough to resolve persistent societal problems. What's needed are deep structural changes in the way our systems operate. For example, flooding in Metro Manila cannot be solved by simply building higher dikes. It requires a transformation in urban planning, waste management, watershed management, and land use regulation. Second, transitions are long-term processes. Transitions unfold over decades, requiring patience and persistence as institutions, cultures, and technologies evolve. For example, the transition to renewable energy in the country is not a one-project shift, but a decades-long process involving policy reforms, investments, and mindset change among consumers and energy providers. Third, system innovations are required. Innovations must go beyond isolated technologies. They need to restructure entire systems. For example, the Universal Healthcare Law is a system innovation because it integrates previously fragmented healthcare financing and delivery systems, reorienting them toward equity and accessibility. Fourth, system innovations alter both structures and relationships. Transitions also change power dynamics and relationships among actors: governments, private sector, civil society, and communities. For example, climate-smart agriculture requires new partnership among farmers, LGUs, universities, and NGOs, changing not only practices but also trust and collaboration patterns. Fifth, individual innovations emerge with systemic changes. Local initiatives can flourish within larger transitions, feeding back into systemic change. For example, community-based early warning systems in flood-prone barangays demonstrate how grassroots innovations can both benefit from and contribute to larger disaster risk reduction and management strategies. Transitions are about co-evolution. Technologies, institutions, policies, and social norms evolve together, reinforcing one another. That's why transitions can feel unpredictable, but always why they are powerful. This also means that piecemeal reforms or isolated innovations won't work. To tackle persistent problems, we need long-term structural transformations guided by governance, collaboration, and shared vision. Markard and colleagues add 3 distinct features that make sustainability transitions stand out. First is normative direction. Sustainability transitions are not neutral. They are guided by values like ecological integrity, social equity, and intergenerational justice. Second is long-term multidimensional change. They touch on technology such as renewables, digital health, regenerative agriculture, economy such as circular models, institutions such as policies that incentivize sustainability, and culture which shifts consumer behavior and values. Third is governance and multi-actor participation. These transitions require governments, businesses, civil society, and communities to work together. Unlike top-down reforms, transitions thrive on participation and collaboration. In the Philippines, this framework is highly relevant. Wicked problems like urban flooding, dependence on coal, and fragile healthcare systems demand systemic transformation. Small, piecemeal changes will not be enough. By embracing the principles of sustainability transitions, long-term vision, systemic innovation, and collaborative governance, we can guide our institutions towards a future that is resilient, just, and sustainable. Sustainability transitions are not ordinary changes. They are deep, long-term transformations that demand commitment, patience, and collaboration. In this course, we won't just study transitions, we'll learn how to lead them. Together, let us build pathways toward a more sustainable, just, and resilient future.